Do they always have this ledge back here on this thing? They have? I figured somebody fell off. They put it on there.
Jay fell off last year.
Is that right?
Go ahead and start with questions.
The second half? What do you want to know about it? No, he played a bunch of minutes. Just got to guard a little bit better. He wasn't the only one, though, believe me.
Really, it just seemed like that they overwhelmed you from the start. Did you feel like your team was ready to play? Did they come to the line?
Our team has not played one game this year where if someone made it extremely, extremely difficult, they didn't take anything that wasn't really theirs. And, you know, that's not because they got beat. They played great tonight, and they made us play real poorly. But we haven't been competitive enough when a team says, hey, you're not taking this unless you play your absolute best. We haven't done very well in those situations. And that's not too good on the competitive front, in my opinion.
Coach South Carolina had a bunch of blocks tonight. Something you anticipated from looking at film?
Excuse me?
Did you anticipate South Carolina really to block the ball from watching games?
I don't know. No, I don't go into a game thinking, hey, they're going to block a lot of shots, you know. But they did. They played very aggressively and very well.
How aggressively do you think your big guys play?
Patrick, it's one of the best games I've ever seen a guy play inside. And to have absolutely zero help was one of the most courageous efforts I've ever seen. And that's the kind of person he is, and that's the kind of player he is. And he was getting his shot blocked quite a few times. He never backed down one time. He never quit posting. He never ran from it. He never gave anything but one of the best performances I've ever seen as far as just courage, toughness, determination, willingness to try to help your team win. That's about as good as it could possibly be offensively.
The frustration he was showing, do you think that was more just the way Carolina was just swarming him, or the fact that he seemed to be the only one out there that really seemed to be really putting a lot of effort into every play?
It wasn't about effort. It was just about competitive nature. As far as frustration, he hit the ball down one time. He's getting banked around in there pretty good, and so I probably would have been a bit frustrated myself. But you'd have to talk to him about that.
Billy, how much did Downey maybe set a tone early on, and how important is that point guard play in any game, but especially tonight?
Well, there's two. You know, you saw one with one, and you saw one without one, and that has a lot to do with it. They beat us at every position, with the exception of what Pat was able to do, and they had a lot of success there as well. But you know, they play hard, they play smart, they play together, and they maximize their offensive possessions, they maximize their defensive possessions, and they should be commended. They're a really good team, and they played extremely well tonight.
Billy, you talked about rebounding yesterday in the first half. Same thing all over again. Is that about Perry? Did he play in the second half?
Just not playing hard enough, and you know, that's two times in the last week or 8 days that I've said something about a guy not playing hard enough, and that's the first two times in my career I've ever said that, and that I can recall, and that's shameful, in my opinion, to everyone involved.
What can you do during this week, this short time before you get ready to play LSU?
We'll get better. I mean, they played great tonight, and they whipped us, and we'll play better on Saturday.
Can you talk about the environment tonight in South Carolina?
It was good. We play at Rupp Arena. It's quite a bit different at Rupp. They beat us in there too, but no disrespect to anything, but Rupp's the greatest in the world, and so we played in environments before. Their team just whipped us.
You guys have been good defensively almost from the beginning till now, and they, especially in the first half, shot a real high percentage. What was that?
When they missed, they didn't miss too many, but they got offensive rebound putbacks, and then when we played them, we just didn't have enough. We didn't take it personal enough to try to stop our guy regarding, and we're going to contest at shoulder level, and we knew that we couldn't do that. They shoot it too well. They were 6 for 12 in the first half from three, and because we didn't contest the shots very well, and just not competing hard enough. And then when you get in a situation to where they spread the floor, they do a good job, but just not competing hard enough to try to stop your man.
It was about this time last year in Tennessee where you were pretty emotional after the game and how hard the team tried and how competitive they were without Patterson. On the flip side, the way they are tonight, how disheartening, not disheartening.
I'm not disheartened.
How upsetting is it that you didn't
No,
get that
we
competitive
lost tonight, and we're gonna be better on Saturday. And it's the world is not going to end tonight. And no matter how bad I feel, as though the world may end for Billy Gillespie, for me, because that's all I have and that's all I really care about. It's the reality of it is we have to get on the practice court tomorrow, and we have to play the team that's got 12 wins in conference already, and we have to play much better.
Billy, I noticed that right before the game started, you bent down and talked to DeAndre some. I'm wondering, it seemed like you were telling him, be ready, this is a game where you can help us. Can you share what that was about?
No.
What's next? Do you challenge this team, or do you think they realize that they're kind of back into it?
They got their tails kicked tonight, guys. Everybody gets their tails kicked every once in a while, and we'll be better on Saturday. The world is not ending, and I hope it doesn't. And it's we got whipped. Give Carolina credit for how well they played. Last year we got our tails kicked at Vandy, and nobody wanted to talk about how well they played, and they made us play very poorly. But give those guys credit because they just whipped us in every phase, and the sun is going to shine tomorrow, and we're going to play better on Saturday against a really good team. And whether it's good enough or not, we'll see. But the world is not ending. No matter how important basketball is to me or anyone else, the world is not going to end tonight. And we're going to come back tomorrow better, and we'll be better on Friday. We'll be better on Saturday. We'll continue to get better throughout the season.
How
Can you
surprised were you,
convince your
Billy?
fans of that? Because the world's not in.
I'm not going to try to convince them. You can talk all you want to. We have the greatest fans in the world, absolutely, not even close. And I don't do a lot of talking to try to convince anyone of anything. Our talking will be done when we play on the court. It always has and always will. So I'm not trying to do anything with my mouth as far as trying to convince anyone of anybody. I never have been that way. I'm not going to be that way. We stunk. We got our tails kicked. I'm not going to try to spin it into something that it's not. And so that's the way I am. Good, bad, or ugly, I'm going to tell you what I believe to be the truth every single time. The world's not ending. We got our tails kicked. We'll be better next time we play. And, our fans have been through stuff before. They've been great every single time. Last year we started 6 and 7, and they still had 24,000 every single night supporting their team, and that's what I would expect them to do on Saturday.
Last question.
Billy, how come, can I ask a two-parter? I hope.
We already did that yesterday.
Okay, you got me. I'm wondering, I guess, where was Kevin Galloway? Fans will want to know that.
Well, we addressed that earlier, so yeah, in a radio show. It's a personal matter. I don't think it has to be discussed.
Does Michael have a problem with his knee at bandage on?
I wasn't aware of it. I asked him after in the locker room. He didn't have the bandage on in the locker room, but he had a bandage on at one point during the game, I believe. And I asked him if he was okay, and he said yes, but I don't know. I thought I saw one, though, but I didn't see it in the locker room, so I thought it might have disappeared or something. But he said he was fine. He did say he fell, and after they stole the ball from him, he said he fell and hit his knee, but I don't think there's any lingering problem.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.